take out his eyesight, and then it is what it is, man. Don't want to overhype him, but do you think Smith-Rowe has world-class potential, DG? I don't know. It's down to him, innit? I think, I can't really see it, really. I think he could be a top player, but I can only really, when I've seen someone like Mbappe, when I've seen a Pedri, when I've seen a Foden, these are the guys that I can, that I would say that I think he could be a top player. Let him develop. It's only been a year, really. And like I said, it's the honeymoon period. There's not an expectation on Smith-Rowe. It's growing towards it, but it's going to be very different if we sit here one day and say, Smith-Rowe, you need to get 10 goals, 10 assists minimum, all comps. You're number 10. Saka, you're number 7. You need to get this and that. If I'm real with you, they've been quality this season. Smith-Rowe's really, in the last month, I would say, really potential form is going up a different level. But if we're honest with ourselves, even when we've turned our form around, not too many spots in this team, people have grabbed the shirts and held on to them. Smith-Rowe, as I said, right now cannot be dropped, if you get it. Gabriel cannot be dropped. Ramsdale's grabbed on the minute he got that an opportunity to take that off Leno. He dragged that off his fellow keeper's neck, really and truly. I don't think that's always been the case. I think going into the Spurs game, Smith-Rowe, Saka, Bearman could have been dropped. Xhaka shouldn't have probably come in. Man came into the team. They did it. Villa going into that game, people could have been dropped. Leicester, people could have been dropped. We ain't been amazing. People have deserved to play, and if the team was in another way and there wasn't so much of an expectation on these Hale End boys, there could be a reality, because they're living a movie, really. You look at Saka, who's challenging him for, number 7. There should always be that healthy target on your back. We know Saka doesn't get complacent and all these things, but there's no one challenging him. At best, you might get a Pepe here and there. You might get a Pepe. You might get a Pepe doing bits and pieces here and there under Arteta, but he's not consistently challenging Saka. I very much doubt, unless a miracle happens, that Arteta is sitting there Monday to yesterday or today, and he's thinking, boy, who am I going to play against Liverpool, boy? Is it Saka? Is it this? Or maybe I have to play Saka, so I'm going to drop Laka. Maybe I want Pepe and Saka to play, so what's going to happen with Aubameyang, Smith-Rowe, this, that? I want headaches for Arteta, and I don't think anybody is giving him a headache. And don't get twisted, Saka and them man are living the movie. They're living a dream and they've earned it. Nobody's giving them anything, but it's not a free ride, but nobody's challenging them. And soon there's going to become expectations on these young individuals, which there should be, Saka, there definitely should be expectation. I personally have it, I'm not expecting Saka to do movie stuff, but sometimes I'm like, yo, Saka, you should have scored there, should have got an assist there. If we're real with ourselves, Saka's kind of been off the pace a little bit. He's still affecting the game, but expectation now. He's set levels in it. They're still developing. What I would like is a healthy place where we've got people that are as good as Saka and Smith-Rowe in our team and are a bit more consistent than them. And obviously these young G's are still playing in that, but these other people are doing the business. Now, don't get it twisted. If City never had the wealth of attacking players they had, I still back Phil Foden to do stuff, but they don't rely on Phil Foden. Sometimes he's played his way into the team, and that's nothing to do with him. They've got a stronger squad. That's more so damning on us, really and truly. And what I don't like is typically, and still now, we've won, we ain't lost in 10 games, but our form is correlated to if Smith-Rowe, Saka, and a couple of others turn up, which on occasion, the last couple of games, everybody's been doing their thing. But this is what we've got to get out of now, in my opinion. So it is what it is in that regard. I think that could be another timestamp, innit? Level of expectation on Smith-Rowe / Saka. For me, Saka, the main thing is finishing, bro. You got to learn to finish. Yeah, he shut me up against Watford. I was like, what was it, Watford? When we're commentating, I was like, Saka quite poor with these corners. He ain't gonna take a good one today, is he? Because he was taking poor ones. He shut me up because I think it was headed home by someone. I need to see that a bit more, because I don't think anyone at our team can we look a threat from corners, so we're working on it, but can take a corner consistently. And Saka is good enough to score more goals. You see the way, fair enough, it's part-timers, but you see the way he's moving yesterday, he's got something in him there, really and truly. So that's where that is. But soon there's going to be a level of expectation. It's a honeymoon period, really and truly. You're wearing the number 10 and the number 7. Well deserved, but big power, big responsibility with them roles. And to be honest with you, everyone needs to stand up to be counted, regardless of the number. Quick little disclaimer if you don't know what I'm getting at. Aubameyang versus Salah today. Well, I thought you would have said Aubameyang versus El Nene. Salah's good, but he's hardly the best Egyptian player in the Premier League. I'm joking. But Aubameyang versus Salah, I mean, they're preparing for the Liverpool clash, innit? Can we give Salah a dodgy lasagna? You know, put his belly out of work, out of action, going into the game against us on Saturday. I don't know. We might need to. You know, whatever chef it was that did Spurs dirty in the top four race a couple years ago might be required. Aubameyang's not playing; he's injured. Don't say that, Jamie. When you say injury, do you mean the little white lie injury? And I want to skip this out because I want to go back, or is it? Yeah, is it a real injury thing? I can't see nothing online, but and that's scaring me. We don't need any of that. Gabon have just confirmed. You got a link for that? I think Smith Rowe should improve on his breaking line passes. He's really good at carrying the ball. Yeah, he could do it a lot more. Benny Blanco, hit the like button if you haven't. Benny Blanco should be in the England squad for these last two World Cup qualifying matches. Greenwood, Saka, Foden, Grealish are the future of England's national team. Two further counts. People can ruin their posh lives because of lack of discipline, earning hundreds of pounds, and you throw all of that away. Big track record of women accusing footballers of rape, innocent until proven guilty, but doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. I mean, you could say innocent proven guilty, but I'm pretty sure there's an even bigger list of women that have accused people of raping them and they have done it and it's not been convicted. This country protects rapists. Even when there's evidence, that DNA and all them things, do you know how difficult it is to get a conviction? So again, I'm not saying you should take sides, but I do think that's Jermaine, that's a dim way of looking at it. How many times have people, whether they're footballers, more so politicians and all of these lot, abuse their power? So innocent until proven guilty, but I mean, 6 counts now. You did that shit. Big up yourself. Blenny Banco should be there. Shameless stat padding. There's never not an opportunity to run some propaganda. DG, the king of quotable strikes again. Of course, man. Never a time. I've definitely got shame. Not when it comes to the Hale End crazy players. Are you mad? EG, I think Eddie should be sold with a clause. I think our hands are kind of tied. We're just going to need to get our money in January for him. We're just going to have to get something in. It shouldn't have been in this position. Really need to be a bit more proactive. And that's for Edu to get a move on. Like you look at the 2023 scenarios. Are you going to do a thing now where it looks great with Maitland Niles? You get him to sign a new deal. If things go a bit pear-shaped, he could be sold on. And we're not next summer. If it's moving pear-shaped, we're going to be in the same situation with Eddie like we was last year. Year to run, could bust out. Do you sign him to a new deal now? The 2024 contracts, I'm pretty sure that's Saliba, that's Saka, that's Martinelli. These are guys that are the futures of the club in the next 18 months. Are you sitting there and saying, yo, Saliba, we need to sit down and grab a new deal, or Martinelli, we need to do this? Not that he would sign one right now. Saka, we need to do this, who probably should be signing one anyway. So it's again that proactive thing. Let's eradicate problems before they become problems. Don't wait to the last 6 months of someone's deal and go, oh my God, oh, what we gonna do? What's gonna happen? I know ultimately we ran it to the wire with Kiddo, Taylor Hart, Balogun, and Saka, and we got over the line and got all of them new deals. But how many times have we effed it? Love for that, Jamie. Jamie's added me in this thing, and I can share it for you lot. Again, Google Translate isn't going to be healthy, but Aubameyang, something madness could have happened. Egypt versus Gabon, a turnover on the road to Cannes. The absences of Kwanga and Aubameyang, the two holders of Franceville against Libya, absent this afternoon against the Pharaohs, should not worry too much. Patrice Neverin is, again, Google Translate is not helping us at all, people. But again, it hasn't helped me discover if Aubameyang's injury is serious, if it's a precaution, if it's a minor knock. But nonetheless, he seems to have picked up something there in it, people. Love for doing that, Jamie, as well. Don't forget to like the stream. Do you think Wenger would ever return to the Emirates Sunday? In what capacity? In terms of working for the club? Maybe as an ambassador or something like that. I don't think we'll see Wenger step into the boardroom or the director or anything. Right now, you can't even get Wenger to return to the Emirates to watch a game. Such is the raw emotions. I respect everyone's opinion, but defo was very suspect comment, Kels. I mean, let's not do the criticize. Let's allow it, man. Everyone's allowed an opinion. We don't need to get personal in the chat, guys. Come on, man. That's not what we do here. I don't agree with the comment because maybe I see it a lot from the women's side of you because I've got personal tales where I've seen women being raped. Nothing, well, not seen it happen. Look, I couldn't sit there and watch it, but victims of such, and they talk about it. They're almost questioned. They're almost prosecuted themselves, really. Of course, there's people who lie about it. Of course, there's people who are innocent, but there's even more bigger rates of people not convicted. Do you know how brazen it is to do that to someone? It's all a power thing. It's weird as hell to me, because I mean, I don't know how you'd want to do that if someone don't want it, but it's not common sense, in it. But we've spoken about that, man. May every victim of such high crime, find the confidence to live their life again, and may every person who's ever done that burn in hell. And before they burn in hell, death is too easy, boy. You gotta do a mazza to them, but it is what it is. Big up the Ugandans checking in as well, man. Lovely comments coming, people. If only we could give Pepe's left foot to Saka. True. You know what? Give Saka, if we could give a percentage of Saka's brain to Pepe, we might have a decent player there.